Hi, this is Mr. Taylor, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk to you a little bit about physics class offerings at Spruce Mountain High School. First off, if you're planning on going to a 4 year college, you really need to be taking 4 years of science. The graduation requirement for science is only 3 years, but most 4 year colleges are going to want to see that you've taken at least 4 years of sciences. So, physics is a good option for that fourth year. There are a number of different offerings in physics. AP Physics is offered. It's a little bit of a more theoretical class and requires more math. And you can take the AP test at the end of the year and possibly get college credit for it. If you have questions or are interested in AP Physics, don't hesitate to come talk to me. What I want to talk about more so in this video is the other course offerings: general, college prep, and honors physics. All three of those classes are going to use the same organizing format as shown in this chart. Um, Up at the top here, you can see we have four basic kinds of systems: mechanical, fluid, electrical, and thermal systems. And rather than teaching the course traditionally, where we talk about all kinds of mechanical things and then all kinds of fluid things, instead what we do is we look at units. For our first unit, we're going to talk about prime movers. And then in a mechanical system, we'll talk about force and torque. In a fluid system, we'll talk about pressure difference. In an electrical system, we'll talk about voltage difference. And in a thermal system, we'll talk about temperature difference. And the great thing about teaching this way is you get to see how all these different systems are similar and related to each other. So when we complete that first unit, we'll then go on to talk about work. Then we'll talk about rates. Then we'll talk about resistance. Also, the general, college prep, and honors courses are all very hands-on in nature. And the remainder of this video is going to show you some of the lab stuff that we use in these classes. So please see me if you have any questions about physics classes going forward. Thank you very much.
Okay, so today we're going to wire up this motor and see if we can calculate the work it does and its efficiency. Looking pretty good. Go ahead and wire up the motor now. Where are you going to connect those? Is that AC or DC? Is that alternating current or direct current?
DC.
Direct current, yeah. Go ahead, wire it up. Yeah, go ahead and why don't one of you run the switch over here. You can measure the voltage and the current using the panel meters over here. And you can spot it on the other side. And Cheyenne, maybe see if you can get it to go up like 40 centimeters. Or yeah, sounds good. So let Owen know when it gets to 40. And Owen, check out those meters so we know the current and voltage.
Yes, go for it.
How much voltage and current did you generate on?
Oh, he wasn't looking.
About 30 volts.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, now we can do some calculations with that data. Okay. So today, I want you to measure the flow rate through that 12-volt water pump. So why don't you guys see if you can figure out how to get the thing configured to start with. So go ahead.
You're gonna connect, both of these sides up.
There you go. So there's 5 gallons of water in this pail, and you want to get it to that pail. And we're going to determine the flow rate through the pail. There you go. You think you got a good seal on those? Yep. Okay, now don't forget that when you first turn the pump on, it's going to be sucking air, right? Because there's no water in the hose. So go ahead and prime the pump. Take it right here, this hose here. Yep. Lift your hose up. There you go. Make sure you get the right plug in the right opening there, Carl. Yeah, good.
Okay.
All right, plug her in, pump some water, see if it works.
No,
Right at your feet, Carl.
unplugged.
There you go. Turn up your give voltage. Give it 12 volts because it's a 12-volt pump. Make sure you're looking at the right meter. And you're going to crank it right up there because it's going to take a little bit to get going. Yep. 12 volts on your voltmeter. Right, voltmeter's right there.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yep.
There it goes.
I know, and you can pick the hose up and see if the water's coming out. You get the flow? There we go. So Ethan, what is that vaniometer telling you about the airflow?
That's flowing like 50 feet.
It's going about 50 feet per minute.
Yeah.
So we can take that information and we can figure out how much air is going to go through that ventilation system, right? Just like a heating and ventilation technician would. Very good.